Hello Lotus friends, here's Sven Mal's Lotus Models collection. Today we are at the Spielwarenmesse in Neurenberg, Germany, and we hope to find a lot of new Lotus model cars. We know for sure we saw some teasers from the Lotus 18, Lotus 25, Lotus 40, the Evora, the Exige, the Elise, also Caterham and Donkervoort. It's cold outside, so let's go quickly inside. In the coming days, some extra videos about all the things we find today. Have fun! Our first item of the day, first surprise, here at Sparkmodels. The Lotus Elite, 1958, Type 14. Introduced back at 57 with the unique monocoque in fiberglass. Very special about this model, also see the wire wheels. It suits them very well. It looks very bright in this white color. It comes in scale 1 to 43, probably 2 to 3,000 pieces. We are at the booth of Sparkmodels now. Last year we were also here and we talked with two of the employees about the Donkervoort GTO 40. They didn't know about Donkervoort, they didn't know the mark. I introduced them to Amper Donkervoort and this is the result. The GTO 40 in 1/18 scale. There are some little issues now, they are still talking about the definitive model. And it's coming soon, hopefully. If there are coming more colors, it's not for sure right now. It depends how the sales are going. Probably there will be two lines, one directly at Donkervoort and one via Spark. It really looks fantastic. Our next stop is here at Scalextric, the slot car racer, and they pronounced the Type 25. As you can see, here is a prototype. There are missing some details, air inlets, the color of course, in green and yellow. It comes in scale 1 to 32. This particular car has driven in the Formula 1 in 1963 and 65 with Jim Clark, overall champion win. In a few months it will be available. 3,000 to 5,000 pieces will be built. It depends on sales if more variations will be made. This is the 275R Caterham Super 7 by Solido in 1/18 scale. There's also a cup version. In another video you can see that. They made a car with the steering wheel on the left hand side, so they call it a European version. As you can see, the angle of the window is not correct. Probably it will be on the definitive model because production already started. 3,000 to 5,000 pieces will be available. Here we are at Tecnomodel, the Italian exclusive car model maker. This is their first ever built Lotus, the Lotus Evora. Introduced back at 2018 at the Spielwarenmesse. It is available in 4 different colors. In green, grey, yellow and black. GPS black with gold. It comes in scale 1 to 18. 90 pieces of each color are built. For sale since December 2018. There are a few left. When you want one, order quickly at Tecnomodel or at your local model shop. We are back at Tecnomodel. We had a nice chat with Luca Gisardi and his colleague about the Lotus team. Here you see Lotus Elise. We saw the prototype of the Elise already in 2018 at the Spielwarenmesse in Germany. They added some new colors and some minor changes, and after this Spielwarenmesse they will be sent to Lotus to get approved. Tecnomodel got a license for 3 years to build these Lotus models, and they promise us to launch more cars in the near future. If you know a special Lotus they have to build, please let us know. Next on the turntable is the Caterham 275 Cup. This is the street version. Price-wise, this model is very suitable to rebuild and match to your own one-on-one Caterham. Solido would like to see all those pictures. They promise me also a race version in the near future. Available at your local model shop from March. We are still at Tecnomodel and we see the upgrade from last year presented prototype from the Exige. It's upgraded now to a 380 Cup version. Just like all the other Lotus Tecnomodel 118 cars, this is built in 90 pieces each color. They still have to be approved by Lotus. While I was talking with Luca, he told me they had some spare parts of the Exige. They want to build this Type 25. Hopefully it gets approved. Luca, this is my pre-order. Approved or not? And here with Tamiya we see the reissue of the Caterham Super 7, the BDR. It's reintroduced in 2017. We saw it last year in 2018 at Spielwarenmesse. They still are thinking about the reissue of the Cycle Fender Special and the GPE, but there were some technical problems, so we have to wait for that. I got a lot of questions and ideas before this event, and some of you asked me to put all the parts of the GPE, the BDR and the Cycle Fender Special in one box, so you can mix them up and choose the parts as you like and build your own Caterham. I asked this question at one of the employees. He told me it's too expensive to create a system like that. He advised to print your own parts in 3D. There is no plan for a brand new or updated Caterham. Probably they want to see how sales are going with the reissue. In 1964, Colin Chapman had noticed the growing popularity of the Group 7 Big Banger racing. He developed the Type 30, but this was not competitive with the McLarens and Lolas. In 1965, this more effective Lotus Type 40 with a stiffer chassis and a massive 5.5 liter V8 is introduced. 3 cars were built, 2 for Team Lotus in green and yellow, and 1 for the American Holman and Moody team. Best result with the Type 40 is made by Jim Clark. He finished second at the Los Angeles Time GP at Riverside in the number 1 car. The number 5 Holman and Moody car didn't start. It was already wrecked in practice. On the racing track, the Type 40 was a failure. But it's loved and admired with Lotus enthusiasts. And now we are happy to own a little piece of history in 1/18 by Tecnomodel. And the last car in the Lotus series of Tecnomodel is the Lotus 16. This car was the second single-seat racing car developed by Colin Chapman. It was built by Lotus Cars for the Team Lotus Racing Squad. It was constructed to compete in the Formula 1 and Formula 2. You can see some design similarity from the Van Wel car. Colin Chapman did some work on Van Wel racing cars also. The Lotus 16 only scored 5 points in 3 seasons, but it opened doors for its successful successor, the Lotus 18 and 21. Unlucky as we are, this Lotus 16 in 1/18 scale by Tecnomodel is already sold out. At Tamiya we see their Grand Prix collection in 1/20 scale. In the back the Martini Racing 79 and in front we see the GPS version. The debut of this car was driven by Mario Andretti at the Zolder Grand Prix in 78. He won both pole position and the race. And we walk on to Spark. There we see the Lotus 19-1. Of 15 races in total, 1 win and 2 podiums. It was the last year with a non-turbo Formula 1 car for Lotus. It was also the last year for Colin Chapman. He passed away December 16th, 1982. And finally, this Lotus 107 made its debut at the San Marino Grand Prix with drivers Johnny Herbert and Mika Hakkinen. And this is already our last video at the Spielwarenmesse 2019. We hope you like watching our videos. Please become a member, like the videos. This is Van Malt's Lotus Models collection.